All right, we're back. So we're back with the next phase of this. So hopefully you kind of had some, I would highly recommend doing this like with a family member, parent, I don't know, brother, sister. If your brother or sister had me in the past and they have done this problem, have a discussion about it. Which of these products is going to be better? So we're going to go on to the next phase. Focus first on the square base prism. So we're going to focus on this one. Sketch the prism on your paper, then use dimensions given for the cloth to answer the questions below. So let's just do a quick sketch here. So I'm just going to draw. I never get it perfect, but I get it close. So there's my prism. I do know that this length right here, that is my 40 inches, right? Now we can find surface area because all we have to do is multiply length times width, right? To get, so if I wanted to find the surface area of this right here, so all I would have to do is go 40 times whatever this is, except we don't necessarily know what side that is yet. But I know that the total of all four sides is 52. So if all four of these is 52, then all I have to do is divide 4 into 52 to find out the length of each of those sides. So if I divide 4 into 52, I get 13. 13 would be the length of each of those sides. Okay, because I did those evenly. Okay, so if I wanted to find the surface area of all the sides on the outside, so all of these, I would go 40, and this would be 13. So 40 times 13, well, I don't have my calculator, so 40 times 13, 12, 0, 4, so 520, is that right? 520 inches, let me just check my math. 0, 12, 0, 4, 2, yep. Okay, so each one of these is 520 inches squared. I still feel like that is wrong, but it's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so each one of these sides is 520 inches, and then I need to find out what this is right here, because essentially what we're finding is that we're going to figure out how much fabric it's going to take to cover this whole thing. Okay, so let's go 13 times 13. Does anybody remember that one? That should be one that you've memorized. 169. So this right here is 169 inches squared, and then this is 520 inches squared for each side. Okay, so then you have to add up all of those sides. So 520 is going to be, I'm going to count that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 169 is going to be 1 and 2. So we're going to add all those up to get the surface area. So 520 times 4 and 169 times 2. I'm just going to check, make sure you can see this. Yep. Okay, so 4, 8, 20, and then 18, 12, 13, 2, 3. So 2,084 plus 338 is 12, 4, 2,422 square inches. Okay. So the surface area of the prism is 2,422 inches squared. Now, what is the volume? All right, so hopefully you caught my mistake, because there is a mistake. I added wrong here. So the real answer is 2418 inches squared. Okay, so as we all know, I make a lot of mistakes. So, okay, so moving on. So volume. Volume is how much you put in to how much you're going to put into this. Okay, so to figure out volume, I'm going to kind of, I'll let you, if you want to pause and try and figure that out right now, great. I want you to try and figure that out, how much you can put in here, how many inches go in here. So pause right now, because I'm going to do a spoiler in about 2 seconds. Okay, so hopefully you had a little chance to think about that and figure out what you wanted, you know, how you wanted to figure that out. Or if maybe you figured out volume. But what I want you to do is kind of think of this, and I'm going to do another drawing here. I'm going to cover up my math and do another drawing of a prism, because this will help you think of volume in many ways. I'm just going to check and make sure you can see that. Yes, okay. So think of this as like a loaf of bread, okay? So this is a very square loaf of bread, and I'm going to make slices of it, okay? So it's all sliced, right? And so I'm going to kind of think of volume as how many slices can I put in that loaf, right? But I need to know how much area or space that loaf, each slice, takes up. So in order to do that, I have to figure out what the area is of this square. Okay, so 13 times 13, we know each side is 13. So 169 is how much each one of those, you know, each inches squared is how much each one of those slices of bread is. So I just need to figure out, what I want to do is multiply this times how many slices there are. And if you want to think of it as like inches, well, we know that these side lengths are 40 inches, right? So then, just to find the volume, I'm going to take the area of my base, or this area of my slice of whatever, if you want to think of it as bread, 169, and multiply it by how many slices there are to fill that up. Okay, so 169 times 40, hopefully I won't screw up the math. 4 times 9 is 36. 24, 25, 26, 27. 4, 5, 6. Oops, 6. That should be a 6. And it looks like I got it right. Okay, so the volume then of this prism is 6,760 inches. Now remember, when we have volume, I'm taking a three-dimensional figure. So that means it's going to go to the third power. Okay? All right, hopefully that helps. Now, I want you to stop and pause, and you're going to do the same thing, but with this cylinder. So now you've kind of got it, you know, figured out with how to do it with a prism. It's a little bit harder because you have to remember how to find the area of the base of this cylinder. Okay? So go ahead and pause this and think about how you're going to figure out the volume of a cylinder.